Hi everyone, it's Dasher Dave here. I'm back for another video. I'm going to do something different today. My mental health isn't great at the moment, and I will be honest with you, as I always am. And I kind of wanted to do some craft because crafting is really good for my mental health, but also so that I could accomplish something. And I've got loads of book pages that are a bit bland. They're just book pages. They're from the same forensic science book that my last video was using book pages on. But I just want to add some colour to these because I want to kind of just use them as pages in journals. So I thought what I'd do is have a bit of a play with some stuff that I've used before, some stuff that I haven't used before, and just kind of try and get some colour down onto some pages. So I've got some water in a spray thing. I've got some distress sprays here, which I don't have any. I've only got 3, and those 3 are kindly on loan from Brian. Brian is actually here, but he's downstairs. I'm really very much I'm being triggered a lot by lots of sound at the moment, so he was making noises in the background and it was just not conducive to me being able to do anything. So he has gone downstairs. He's gone to go and make some food for this evening. It's currently 10 to 5, and I thought I'd just kind of turn the camera on, do some stuff together, and see where it goes. And also kind of want to cover a topic that somebody asked me about previously. So anyway, let's kind of I've got some distress stains, and I've never used them. So what I'm going to try and do, what I'm going to do is, you might be au fait with these and know what you're doing with these things, but I don't. And rather than try and find out what all the rules are, because people with rules about you can do this and you can't do that and you should do this and you shouldn't do that, and I can't cope with all of that. So at the moment I just need to let my brain just go, and I'm sure there'll be lots of comments in the comments thing if I've broken the rule book and not done it the way that you do it or whatever. But you do you and I'll do me, and we'll meet in the middle somewhere. So I'm going to give this a go. So this is crushed olive, which is one of my favourite colours in distress or in normal ink. So I'm going to give that a spray. And then what's this? Oh, this is speckled egg, which is one of the new ones. This is the only one. Well, no, not the only one of the new ones that I want. I really fancy having what's the other one? The brand new one that's just been released. Not rusty patina, salvage patina. I really fancy that one actually. So I know that you have to give them a shake because they've got like a ball in them to activate the pigment. I'm just trying to, I don't know, I'm just having a play. I don't care what it looks like at the minute. So what's this one? This is bundled sage. So I would like to have all of them in, I'm not that fussed about having the pads. I've got loads of the pads. I bought the distress oxide pads. Sorry, that was the lamp. I bought loads of those, but I don't use them that often. So I reckon I would use these more often. But it's just about cost. I can't afford to replace them. I can't afford to do things in my house. So let alone buy stuff like this. So I've just sprayed that down. What I'm going to do is I'm going to mop up a bit with this, because then that's a bit more. And I don't know what I'm doing. To be fair, I'm just doing something. Just trying to make these a bit more interesting, because otherwise they're really one-dimensional. So I know that you can. Let's give this a dry. So The sprays themselves, I mean, I don't know whether anybody's ever commented on the spray, how they smell. To me, they smell a bit damp, which is probably just what they are. Excuse me, I've just inhaled it and it's made me cough. I'm just looking for some paper towels because I'm going to try and lift some of this out. Well, you see, I don't know. You let it kind of. Oh, it does. I see what it does. It kind of makes it pool a bit. You want dribbles, not sprays of it, don't you? Yeah, so you get that kind of like, oh, I quite like that. I like that, how that looks. You get like these ring marks on it where the water's been. And I guess if you have like a pool of water, don't turn it off as you're trying to do it. I want to make it look random, but like the problem is with my brain going, how do I make something look random? It ends up looking very uniform, not random. Oh yeah, I like that. I like the way that's kind of gone spotty. Let's dry that off. So, yeah, I don't use sprays very often. The one thing I do have a lot of is I have a lot of daubers, so these distress stain daubers, and I have a lot of those. I know they're discontinued now. Let's just clean that down a bit. I'll tell you, because I'm like very sound sensitive at the moment, I'm also sensitive to touch, and I can touch this at the moment because it's wet, but it's one of those microfiber cloths, and I can't touch them when they're dry. They really make me feel really uncomfortable. I probably told you that before, but I'm telling you again because one conversation Dave, as I should be called. Now I'm being a bit hard on myself at the minute. I'm not mono conversational, but like I do sometimes think I've probably told you this 1,000 times and you're probably sick of hearing it. So, but that's because my mental health isn't great at the moment. So, yeah, I like that. The one thing I don't like about the distress stains is they leave a very chalky finish to it, and I'm not that keen on the texture. It doesn't worry me overly, but I quite like that. It's kind of lost a lot of its intensity. Maybe I need to have a bit more. Shall I put a bit more on? Oh, that's definitely putting a bit more on, Dave. Probably there's a technique of being able to, oh there you go, being able to hold it and not letting it spray out, kind of getting it to dribble out. There we go. It's kind of dribbled out, it's all over my fingers, but get that to, and then maybe dry that off so that it pulls like not pulls, sorry, so it stays the way it's pulled, is what I mean. I don't know why I keep doing this. It doesn't necessarily work any better. You can see the steam coming out from underneath. Sorry, brain is firing in a different way at the moment, so maybe block that a bit, otherwise we'll be here all day. Although I am. Yeah, I quite like that. It's got a bit of randomness to it. Okay, so that's one. Okay, so I'm going to keep this as kind of like my mop-up thing. Just wipe that down because now all the moisture's on my mat. Okay, so what else? So then Brian also bought these, which are Dilution Sprays, which I know are very bright, and I'm not sure whether they are too bright for me. So this is squeezed orange. So, oh, that is bright, isn't it? But maybe if it was toned down with a bit of distress ink over the top of it, or although it would be good. I'm planning to do a fruit journal, so it would probably be good in that. So I might go for lemon and lime. Well, orange, lemon and lime. Well, I quite like. Oh, I quite like. Oh dear. No, I still quite like it. It's not put me off. What's yellow and green make? More green, I think. Okay. So that's quite bright. That's a lot brighter than I would personally use normally, but like if I'm doing a fruit journal, then it'll be perfect. By the way, I will just say, from my last video, I have changed. I did have a nice top on before, but I'm not wearing that now because, for obvious reasons, don't want to get, you know, in a mess, in a 2 and 8, which is a state basically. Cockney rhyming slang, 2 and 8 is a state. I quite like the mottliness of it. It's always better if you hold it up when you're drying something, because then it's got somewhere for the moisture to go rather than just onto your glass mat, which just re-wets the whole thing. But I might leave that to dry naturally over there. It's quite bright. I might tone it down though, and it might look different. Now the other thing I wanted to have, sorry, I'm just randomly playing, because I want to try everything. I'm just like a kid in a sweet shop. I want to try everything. There's these, which are distressed crayons. I have never used a distressed crayon. Gathered twigs. What other colours are in here? So some of the colours aren't me. What's that? That's iced spruce. Forest moss. Well, that seems quite me. That's quite me. Well, let's get those out and give them a go. So apparently you make marks on these and you can rub them, apparently, although not so much, but apparently they are water soluble. Don't know how you're supposed to move it around. Maybe a paintbrush. Let's get a paintbrush out, see if we can get it to do something. Okay. Not what I was expecting. Maybe it's not wet enough. But if you over wet it, it's going to be sodden and not moving at all. Well, they do kind of move a bit. Maybe I'm just not very good at this. So I don't know. I might have a play. So adult use only. Keep out of reach of children. Non-toxic. Made in China. Okay, so that's useful. Thanks, Ranger. Not telling me how to use them, but like distressed crayons, formulated smooth. The smooth water reactive pigments are ideal for creating brilliant backgrounds, watercolours and more. Okay. Oh, the lid's come off that. So they're a bit like a... Oh, well, they do move. They do. I just need to push a bit harder to get them to move. So yeah, so I think you kind of just have to be a bit more forceful than I was. Maybe get a bit of a wet finger. Does that help? Don't know. Well, I've made a mess. That's, you know, might not have been my objective to make a mess, but that's what I've done. So I might need to have a play of those with maybe something else, but anyway, stick to what you know, Dave. So let's have a play with these, because I do like these. Old paper, one of my favourite colours, old paper. It's definitely got that kind of greeny tinge to it. So old paper. Sorry, there's going to be a lot of banging if you don't like the... Oh, it's supposed to be tea dye. It looks very orange. Maybe it is shaking. Not orange, it doesn't look orange, it doesn't look green. That's what I meant. I thought it would be very orange, but it's not. Do these? Oh, they are rubbing now. I just don't want them to look like very definite lines like they have done, although I've just taken the paint, the paper, surface of the paper off that one. That's better. Not quite so. Keep going. That's what they suggest, is like, don't give up. Don't let setbacks set you back. I like these splashing looks, although it's not always conducive to making it look like old paper, is it? Put them on here, and then mop is the other way to do it. So actually use tumbled glass. I've got quite a few of these. You can't get these anymore, they've discontinued these. So the colours that I've got are the colours that I've got, although I did get these from a clearance shop, an online clearance shop, for a very good price. And when I've been back to go and get some more, I'll tell you where that is. Because I want to make sure that I've got some first. So, quite like that pitting. I guess that would react with water if I sprayed water on it, and it would bleed a bit more. I'm guessing, I don't know. Yeah, it is moving around a lot more now. Yeah. Rusty Hinge, one of my favourite colours. Oh, I like this. This is the kind of messy play that I like, when it gets really messy, and it's on in the color. I think it's the colorways that I like. I'm definitely more. You see, I really love color. I love color in my wardrobe. I wear a lot of bright colors. So the bright colors of those dilutions, I'd wear those. But in my craft, I'm not a big fan of a bright color. I don't know. I just don't think bright colors say old to me, and I take the whole junk journaling thing very literally, and it needs to be look junky and old. So might not be. It might not be everybody's interpretation. It definitely isn't everybody's interpretation of what a junk journal is. But to me, it's definitely about making it look old. Sorry, I'm just gonna have a drink now. The only I have a week's annual leave this week, so which is good job, because my fingers will be stained for all week probably. Although I'm on a date on Thursday, and they might ask questions, but never mind. As long as they're not covered in red, look like I've murdered someone. Sorry, I wanted some tea. So, let's go for something greeny. I'm going to put them down on here. Make it a bit random. And I think what I'm going to do is put it on there. Use some tea dye again, which I do think looks very green. Tea dye. splash of Rusty Hinge. Oh, that's the wrong one. That's the one that was previously unopened, and I've just opened it. So no, that's tea dye, Dave. Where's the Rusty Hinge that you've just had? Spice marmalade. No. 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 Where the heck have you put that? You just had it. Rusty Hinge, there it is. So because these all look like lots of dots, so rather than doing it like this, what I'm going to do is I'm going to add some water to it. So do I want anything else in there? Do I want maybe a smidgen of yellow of some kind? What have we got? We've got scattered straw or mustard seed. I think scattered straw is slightly lighter colour. Oh, it's not been used. Is there a used one? Scattered pictures of the smiles we left behind, misty watercoloured memories of the way we were. Don't sing about scattered straw. So they can sing. I can't. So I'm going to spray that and let it kind of mingle it a bit. So it's not all kind of just sat in little clumps. Give it a bit of a swish. Don't want to like completely blend it because then you'll just get mud. Because that's what colour everything goes. If you mix all the colours together, it's mud. I was very good at creating mud at school. The colour of mud. So put that on there. This is the kind of thing I do love doing. Just doing things where it's just making. See, I like that. That's more me. I don't like that white bit in the middle. I don't know why I've got a white splodge there. I feel like I need to find a way to pick that up. Where is it? There. Come on. Get some colour on you. See, I don't mind a few dots, but I don't want it completely left that. I can't think of what the term is. Untouched. There we go. See, I like that. That's almost camouflagey, doesn't it? I'm going to put that over there. So I'm going to do another one. So the other thing I was going to do is somebody asked me about my accent, and there's a thing called the accent challenge, which is like the way you pronounce certain words because of your accent and where you're from. So I'm originally from Coventry. I have lived in Yorkshire for how long now? 2006 I moved here, so it's 2021, so 14 years. So it'd be 14 years in August. Sorry, I'm making the area a bit bigger because it didn't completely cover the page last time. So let's do this with a bit more green in it. This is forest moss. The other one was crushed olive. This is going to be very green then, with all these greens in it. So yes, I've been in Yorkshire for 14 years, so it's obviously going to have tainted my vocabulary. No, not my vocabulary, but my accent. Maybe my vocabulary, because there are some words that I'd never heard of until I moved up here. So this is tea dye, which again is another one that I think looks quite green. So I'm obviously going for a green theme. Just trying not to touch any of the others so that I'm, tainting the colour of this. Might get, what shall I put in there? So I've got a lot of green, so maybe something yellow. So this is mustard seed. Just gonna, sorry, I've got to concentrate because I'm trying to find the spaces and not like corrupt. I was going to say corrupt my colour, but I don't think it's called corruption. Anyway, so there's that. So yes, so that's going to change my accent. So like I say, I'm originally from Coventry in the UK, and I've lived in Yorkshire for 14 years. I lived in Huddersfield for 8 years. Now I live in Batley, in West Yorkshire. So that all have had an influence on my accent. So, although as far as I'm aware, I haven't picked up a Yorkshire twang, but you know, let's find out. So I'm going to talk about. So what it is, it's the accent challenge. So you say a certain thing. You can find this online, the accent challenge. So if you want to do a video and you want to do the same thing, so that we can all hear how you do it, then you know, great. Go and knock yourself out. No, don't literally knock yourself out. So I'm just going to give that a bit of a chance to have a bit of a mingle. So while I'm waiting for it to mingle. So first of all, it's your name. So my name is Dave Flynn, and my username is _of_Dave. So dash of Dave on YouTube. Where I'm from, I'm originally from Coventry, like I've just explained to you. And then it says to pronounce the following words. So these are aunt, roof, root, theatre, iron, salmon, caramel, fire, water, New Orleans, pecan, both, again, probably, Alabama, lawyer, coupon, mayonnaise, pajamas, court, naturally, aluminium, gif, crackerjack, doorknob, and envelope. And then it says, what do you call it when you throw toilet paper on a house? I call it vandalism. I don't actually know. I know that there's a term in America for it, but it doesn't happen in the UK, so I don't know what my term for it, vandalism, it would be. What do you call a bubbly carbonated drink? I would call it a can of pop or a glass of pop. And what do you call gym shoes? I would call them trainers. So yes, I would call them definitely call them trainers, unless they were of the thingy variety. What are they called? Converse variety, which I always knew as plimsolls. So then what do we have? What do you call your grandparents? I call them dead. What they are. Oh, love that. Oh, that is cool. I really like that. So I'm going to put that over there. I'm going to water that down and see if I can get a bit more out of that. So what do you call your grandparents? Okay, so I used to call them grandma and grandpa, or granddad and nan, depending on which side of the family they were from. Referred to grandparents as. I only knew my nan because the others had passed away. So what else was there? What do you call the contraption what do you call the wheeled contraption in which you carry groceries at a supermarket? I would call it a trolley. So a supermarket trolley. I love the way that you can see all the words appear when you do that. What do you call the thing that you change the TV channels with? I would call that a remote control or a remote. I know that there are other people that have like little euphemisms for it, but I don't. I literally call it a remote or a remote control. And what else have we got? So it says read a passage. Sorry, choose a book and read a passage from it. Now I don't read books, so I'll read you something from here. So I'll read you this. So it says inks and paper. How appropriate is this? So in this section, no, it doesn't say that at all. It says this section would become unnecessarily obscure if it included a history of inks and paper making, but the following notes relate to forensic importance. So I am terrible at reading. I am dyslexic. I find reading really difficult, especially when I'm put on the spot to read. I can learn a script or whatever and like be able to do it verbatim, but I can't do it on the spot. So, and then it says, do you think you have an accent? No, I don't. I personally don't think I have an accent, but then again, I would suggest that most people don't think that they have an accent, because, you only notice an accent when it's somebody else. I might do the spraying on this bit here next time because you can see the colours more. So I'm going to go for another greeny one. This is that forest moss. I like that. I liked that colour. That was the really dark colour on the last one. I might go for a bit more around the edges, that sort of thing. Yeah. So and then it says, would I be a wizard or a vampire? I would, if I had to be one of the two, I would be a wizard. I don't like vampires. I'm not interested in the story of vampires or anything like that. And I know that some of you are going, oh, what? But I'm not. If I had to be anything, it would be a wizard. And in some ways, I am a wizard. I'm a wizard with my ability to turn rubbish bits of paper into not so rubbish bits of paper. Sorry, that one was tea dye, which it is definitely more greeny coloured. And then this is crushed olive. So I think I'm going for the same colours again. I think it's because I really liked that last time. Maybe go for a bit of a fuller bit there. And then what else does it say? And then end by saying any 3 words. Well, I'm not going to end because I'm continuing to do my video. So, but what are the 3 words? I will say zebra. Okay. I will say what's one of the other things? Specific. And I will say rugged. Because one of the things that I am known for is rolling my R's. So when I said probably, I do roll my R when I say probably, and I roll my R when I say rugged. So, whether a good thing or a bad thing, I don't know. But I do. I just roll my R's, like it or not. It's kind of getting a bit celestial. I like actually being able to see it better on here. Although I am now on here, it was a bit winging it, and so I was just doing anything. On this bit, it's more of I'm kind of controlling what I'm doing, and I'm not sure whether that's the right way to go about it. Because I'm looking at colours together, placing of colours together. Whereas before it was kind of random because I couldn't see what they were. So if you see what I hope I'm making sense. Because my brain hasn't been kind to me the last hour or so. I'm kind of overthinking things, and that's not a good thing. So I'm gonna spray it now because that gets it all kind of like mingling. Look how it goes. Oh, I love that when it all starts to bleed. So, and then I'm going to tease it a bit to kind of make it do a bit more, not just stay in its little spot. I say tease it, I'm not really teasing it, am I? I'm kind of playing with it, I'm not teasing with it, teasing it. So, yeah, so that's the accent challenge. So, If you'd like me to say something specific, put it in the comments, and I will interact with that. I don't mind which side. I'm happy with that. I'm going to go for it anyway. So I'm going to go like that, dip it down, go all the way around. I love the way that those letters, you can see the letters from the other side of the paper. I love the way that goes. And peel that off. Oh, I like that. I'm going to dip that edge in because that edge is completely without any colour. Yep. And then maybe get a bit on this bottom edge. I know that the paper is very wet now. It smells like, do you know, old wallpaper? You know when you've peeled off old wallpaper? It smells like that. So I'm going to wet this down and try and get some more off here. So I'll use this to pick some more colour up. I like I like the way that that's looking now, that pickup sheet. Now, the thing to do is not to put your finger through it like you've done before, Dave. So that's staying there. Okay, so maybe give it a bit of a wipe. Yep. Should I go for something completely different, something I don't normally do? So this has not been used, because you can tell it's something completely different I don't normally do. This is Dusty Corduroy. No, sorry, Dusty Concord. Don't know what I don't know what Concord is, other than a plane, which is definitely dusty because it's not being used anymore. It's a shame. I always wanted to go on Concord as a child, and that is never going to happen now because it was got rid of because it was too expensive to fly, and nobody liked it because it made too much noise and lots of other things that. Look, you see, I'm definitely out of my comfort zone now. I love these colours. I would definitely wear these colours. In fact, I've got a shirt that's similar colours to this. It's actually tie-dye, but I'm not comfortable with them as a colour to do stuff with. So, right, I'm going to put something a bit more not interesting, but a bit more my colour down. I wouldn't craft with them, is what I'm saying. I would if I was making a card for somebody, or but I wouldn't junk journal with them. So, what shall I put with that? Now I do like an orange with. I'll use spice marmalade. Let's use spice marmalade. I like orange with purple. I know you're all thinking what? I like green with purple as well, to be fair. So, see, told you I wasn't afraid of colour. I just out of my comfort zone. This is definitely tie-dye. Although, it might be. I could use it in my fruity journal, couldn't I? So there we go. That's those colours. Give it a swish. I know this is like contaminated with the other colours, but never mind. Maybe that contamination might bring something to the party. There is a thing in the middle of here. I don't know what that is. It's a blob of something. I think it's a bit of paper. Sorry, stop talking. So yes, so that's like I was saying, my brain hasn't been behaving of late, and it's just the way it is. So I can't do anything about it. I have to kind of just roll with the punches. Which way shall I do it? Shall I do it? I'll do it that way. No, I'll do it that way. I was thinking if I do it this way, I could push some of the colour up to that edge, but it probably didn't work. It didn't work, but in my head it was working. So I haven't looked at it yet, have I? No. It's all right. like I say, they're not my colours, so we'll see how it turns out when it dries. I'm running out of spaces to put it. I'm kind of, they're just all being flung over there, so just fling it. Pick these colours up with this. Right, let's do that then with a bit of that pickup sheet is now a sheet of its own in its own right. Let's do that. Clean it up a bit. How's that thing? Just get white. Give it a wipe. Clean it off. And then maybe do it with some of the Distress Oxide now. Maybe giving that a spray on here instead. And then, sorry, that was the Speckled Egg. This is the Bundled Sage. Oh, that comes out in a very forceful manner, doesn't it? It's definitely a statement colour. It's making a statement, whether I like it or not. So just turned my iPad off because I don't. Well, I actually like that colour. It's crushed olive. That's why. It's my colour. It's one of my favourites. Like I said, I really like it in the. It's funny how they come out differently, isn't it? I like it in the. What's it called? The other thing. The Distress Stain ink. Yeah. That. Now, I like the way that the thing I like about oxides is the way that they separate. Just want to give it a bit of a jazz. Let's see where it goes. They look like burst flower heads now. You know, in a greenscape background with burst and a bit of cornflower in the background or a bit of sky. So this is all like cornflower down here and sky in the background. Maybe that's just me. And maybe only I can see that, but that's how it looks in my head. So that's what we're going with. So I'm going to lay that down. Yeah, I'm going to do that. I'm going to pick that colour up. And hopefully I'd have got a bit of that image transference going on. Maybe not. But I do like it. I like the I think it looks much more random than the other one did. Again, I can pick those. I've just realised I should scratched my face with my very dirty fingers. So I'm going to pick that up and that up and that. And go for that there. A bit of that there, a bit of that. Yeah, they're all right. Like I say, perhaps I need to watch a tutorial, maybe, of somebody else using it. But I like it. I like the colours together. Definitely like the colours together. Maybe what I want to try is what this looks like. I was going to say on its own, but it's not really on its own because it's got other colours in the background where I haven't wiped up. See, look how it goes. It goes from being this colour to when you put some water on it, it goes very chalky coloured. So I'm just going to put that on. I'm going to let that soak in, and I'm going to have a glass of water. A sip of water is what I'm going to have. Yes, I know, that was more than a sip. That was definitely a glug of water. I would have got into trouble with my grandma for that, my nan for that, because she used to be very pedantic about the fact that it was either you couldn't have a slither of cake unless you were going to have a slither of cake. If you had a big slice, it wasn't a slither. So, A slither. That's something that people don't use very often these days, isn't it? A slither of anything. So let's pick that all up. There we go. I'll probably have to clean that, give that a proper clean now. You see, it leaves a very chalky residue otherwise. Okay, so there's that. Another dry off. This, I think this is getting beyond a joke, trying to use this same piece of paper towel to mop it up with, but you know, I'm ever the one for trying to save the planet. Do I give the dilutions a go again? Maybe if I add some other colours. So maybe let's go very brown in the background. Well, not just brown, but like very more my kind of colours in the background. My operational colours, as I will call them now. What have we got? Old paper, maybe not old paper. I want to keep it quite brown in the tone. Antique linen. Although I don't actually see the point in antique linen, because it's hardly, you can hardly see it. So antique linen. Where's the other brownie ones? That's walnut stain. I'm thinking if I put these down first and then kind of spray some of the other colours over the top, so perhaps instead of using water to activate it, that I use the dilutions to activate the, you know, the spread, the urban sprawl. What's that one? Oh, I keep picking up old paper. Tea dye. I know that's quite... It's supposed to be kind of a orangey tinge, but I don't know why it looks green. It's definitely that. I guess. I suppose it does give you that kind of tea dye when you put it on paper. I'm just not giving it a chance, am I? Judging a book by its cover. This looks almost animal printy now. So put that on, and then I was thinking maybe use a different colour. So I don't know. Should I go for a pink? This is bubblegum pink. I might regret the bubblegum pink, mightn't I? Maybe a blue. I can cope with a blue. So, oh, I quite like the. Oh, it looks a bit like ink splatter. So maybe instead of trying to activate it with this, I might just leave this as a. Yeah. Put that on there, and then still use some water on the top. Oh, it's getting exciting. Starting to move. But that bit up there, when that started to move, hopefully you can see that, because, you know. No, you definitely can. You can see it, because I remember making sure that the whole glass mat was visible. So, I'm going to go for this, and I'm going to put that down on there. And hopefully we've got enough to go right the way up to the edge. I don't know why the edge does not pick up so much. Maybe it's the colour is sucked more into the middle and sucked up by the paper first before it gets a chance to reach the edges. Do that. Oh yes, now I like that. I like that because it's got a lot more brown in the background. So put that on there. So maybe add a spray of water. And oh, you know what? If it ends up all being brown, it's all brown. It's all gravy. I don't know where that term comes from, and I don't actually know what it means. It's it's all gravy. It's supposed to be all good, I think it means. It's all gravy. Oh, I like that. That's not bad for a bit of pick-up, is it? So, let's get another piece of paper. Turn this into a pick-up now. See, this is the thing. You sometimes just need to have a bit of a play. It's not necessarily about having an agenda of where you want to go or what you want to do, or just having a play. I quite like that as it is, but I might do that again, and maybe go with, be a bit different and go with some oranges in it. Again, go for more browns though, because brown and orange are good. So I might add green to this one instead. The other thing I like, or I'll do that in a second. I don't know whether I've got any of that. Sorry, brain's recalculating everything now. I'm not sorry. I'm not sorry for my brain. My brain does a good job, to be fair. So have that. Oh, let's put some fired brick in it, because we can. Don't get it on your hands, Dave, because this will look like you've committed murder otherwise. This is interesting. So this is going a completely different direction to where I was expecting it to go. But sometimes that's a good thing. It's not always bad. Let it go. Let it go. Let it go. Sorry, I was doing it over there just to make sure it was coming out. This is brushed corduroy. Or corduroy. However you pronounce it. Well, and how you pronounce it is different to how I pronounce it. So, there you go. So, I think I might have a bit of a spray of a green in there, because that is like really random. That's about being a bit brave, isn't it? So, and then spray this all with water. Love the way it all then reacts when the water's gone down. So the bits where there's definitely like almost no colour, I kind of wanted to make sure that there's some colour in there, because I like it when the sheet is more covered. So I'm going to put this down. Oh, that's got an edge this time. Well, I've got that edge. Oh, I like that. Well, I like it from this side anyway. It may be different when I peel it up. No, I still like it. I really like that. I like its motley nature. I know it's quite a dark colour for a, maybe a junk journal background, but hey. I might not use it as the page. I might just like cut it up and use it in other ways. So I'm going to try not to take loads of this colour up on this sheet of paper. Just random dabbing, getting the bits of colour that are quite fancy. A bit on there. So like I say, this is not me. This is not a. I'm not doing me anymore. I'm kind of playing at what I like. If other people think that it should have been done a different way, then that's great. That's what other people think, and this is me definitely taking myself out of the comfort zone. I seem to be able to pick up paper that's got like. So this says. his homosexual lover. So, you know, I find pieces of paper that have got random pieces of paper that say gay on them and that sort of thing. It's almost like it's my life. My art is trying to reflect my life. So, so let's wipe that off. Nothing has so far. Nothing has said a fantastic crafter. So, right, maybe one more, and then we'll kind of go. We'll give it up as a bad job. Oh, that's what I wanted to do. There was one thing that I really like doing. That's vintage photos. These are the ones that I use quite often, so they're in a separate bit. What I like, so let's get a sheet of paper. What do I want to do? Which way do I want to do it? Right, okay, let's try to... I've never tried it the other way, so let's do it this way. And spray that. Get it really saturated. It's weird how the letters come through this side. That I don't know if you can see that, but I definitely can. This is what I love, is when I do splats of ink. And then oh no, just got it all over yourself, Dave, but not. It's not coming out like that. You need to get it very wet, Dave, to get it. There you go. So I like a page like that. It's kind of covered in like ink splot. But the other way that I do it is I just do it on the page. I've never let it bleed, so I wanted to see what it looked like when it bled. See, look how fab that is. That whole splatter. And then maybe let's try it with the water on this now and see if it bleeds anymore. Oh, it does. Yeah, I like that. Just thinking how it might look with a bit of this on it as well. This is a bit more like that's like liquid ink, and that's more like cartridge ink. So I like that whole, give it an inky background. I might go in with a bit of tea dye afterwards, but generally it can pick up a bit of the blue that's left behind and the dirtiness of that, and that will give it some colour. So that's that. So run out of space on this side, so I must be nearing the end of this video because I've run out of space. I'm just going to pick up that colour, the random bits of colour. So, and maybe try and pick up a bit of brown as well. Brown. Which one shall I use? Now, ones I haven't used on this are these. I'm not that confident about using the metallic. I might give that. Might be my last thing. As I've got some metallic colours, I might give that a go in a minute. So now let's use the one you can't find, Dave. Let's use that one because that's like, it's so entertaining for people watching you trying to find the one that you can't find. Crushed olive. Where is it? Old paper. That's the one I was looking for. I'm thinking if I just kind of put some of this down. Just give it a bit of colour in the background. So I put that on there. Give it a spray of water. Not that it needs any more, because like that, the whole paper is sodden. So put that on there. Pick it up. Put that on there. Okay, so that'll give it kind of that kind of old papery colour, I would have thought, it being old paper. They kind of go transparent, but that's only because they're wet. When they're dry, it won't be. So the last thing I wanted to do then is I wanted to Right, let's go for a complete play here, and we're going to try these. Now, I don't know whether these are water soluble, and I've never used the metallic ones, so there's 3 metallic ones I've got, I believe. Yeah, we've got antique bronze, tarnished brass, and brushed pewter, and I think most of the colour is at the bottom, and I think that's the reason why they've got a shaky in them. They don't have a shaky, no. A shaky. You know what I mean. I could do with one of those paint mixers. You know, you go into a big DIY store and they have like those things that you put them, they put them in and they shake all, it vibrates and it shakes all the paint up for you. Especially when you've had a colour mix. I could do with one of them, but I don't have one, so. Because nobody really wants to hear me being out of breath doing this. Although, you know, I'll add to my weight loss. So I don't know whether anybody heard in the last video, but this week, first week back at Slimming World, and I've lost 12.5 pounds, which is 5.6 kilos. So I think I'm doing okay at the moment. So I always lose a lot on the first week. It's just because your body's kind of like goes into shock, basically. But you're being good again. I think that picked up the colour. I can't really tell. They've been sat for so long. Who knows? They might just be all gummed up and not working. But we'll give it a go. See, look, never used. Trying to be random. My brain doesn't do random, but I'm trying. Put a bit of silver in. See, this one's not been used either. Don't want to mix these. Like, I don't want to like contaminate them, if you know what I mean. So I'm being careful and conscious of where I'm putting the stuff down. And put this one on, which is the antique bronze, which is quite coppery in colour, I think. That's the reason why I got it. I do love the colour copper. I know it made a resurgence a few years ago, so I do have coppery elements in my house. It's kind of transformed and evolved into rose gold now, but like I'm not keen on rose gold. I like rose gold as an actual, you know, gold thing, but I'm not keen on it as a household colour. See, I don't know whether these are water reactive, but there is only one way to find out, isn't there? There's only one way to skin a banana. It's the vegan version of that saying. Don't know what colour this is that I've picked up. I think there's a bit of that blue and a bit of that pumice stone that I've picked up. Never mind, it all adds to the fun factor, doesn't it? I think the metallic ones are still available. Oh, last sheet of paper as well. Is it like the world is trying to tell me something? The universe is trying to tell me something? I'll put that down on there. Take that up. See what that looks like. Okay. Hard to tell at the moment because it's not dry. Oh no, there is another sheet left. Stainy bit on the. So I don't know. Like I say, I don't know what this might just all look like pigment all on the not pigment, mica all on the surface. But you know, the only way to find these things out is to give them an experiment, isn't it? So let's just add something to the mix. Let's bring something else to the party just to finish it off with. Put that down. Put not to mix the two. I don't know why they suddenly started pooling. They were bleeding out before, and now they've started to like pull together. Maybe it's something in the metallic that's kind of doing that. So, and should I go for full on green and go for a? I haven't used peel paint. Let's go for a peel paint then. Being a bit more careful now because the colours are more closer together. More closer together. That's not good English, Dave, but never mind. And then give that a spray. I think that might look like camouflage. That's not the only problem. I think there is definitely something in that other thing. It's left a coating, a residue behind. So the thing in the metallic stuff. Yes, you can see the metallic stuff on the surface actually. Although that might give a nice finish because it's not, or it might just all bleed together. Who knows? So put that down. Well, it's hard to tell, but I like the colour of it. I like the essence of it. Let's get another sheet of paper of some kind, some description. Here's that bit. Yeah, that's right. Say it's not. I just give it a dribble of that and a splash of that. Put them on there. Give that a bit of a spray. Don't over wet it, Dave. Don't over wet it, Dave, and then over wet it. So put a bit on that. I like that. I like the way that's gone. Yep, I like that. I might do that with that because that's looking a little bit flat. Yeah, it's looking too placed at the minute. Let's just try and do a bit there. Yep. I like that, and then I think I'll just need one more sheet of mop-up. I did say I was going to finish, didn't I? And then didn't actually finish. So that's because I was having too much fun playing. So, oh, I like that as well. Oh, that's turned out really good. Oh, I like that. So let's hope I do something with these, because the last time I did stuff like this, I liked it too much. I kept them. But so let's just they're not dry by any means, but let's just try and get some of these in. So these are the colours, these are the things that we've done in this last, I don't know how long we've been going. 20 minutes, half an hour, could be longer, who knows. So these are what we've done. I'm just I might have to start covering them up again in a minute, because I've got loads over here. I really like that. I love the way that has turned out, and I love the way, you see this bit, can you see this bit here where it's not this bit, this is on me, this bit here where it's kind of separated. Really love that. It's almost like somebody's dropped a raspberry on it, or a blackberry or something like that. What's this? Look, I like some of the paler ones. You know, something to be fair, although I prefer paler things in a junk journal, I think I prefer the darker colours. The ones that, you know, if you're going to have a colour, let's go statement-y. So these, make a statement out of it. So this is the Distress Oxide. What's this one? This is the one with... Oh, it's just a mop-up one, isn't it? Yeah, that's my mop-up one. This is another mop-up one. I really like that. I really do like the dark ones. That's the one I started with the Distress Oxide. What else have we got? Yeah, that's okay. Nothing special. Oh, these are the ones with the ink splatters on. Well, ink splatters on. Oh, I like look at that. I like the way that's gone as well. I think sometimes you just have to kind of leave them to dry, and I think they continue to do their own thing. If you let them dry, they'll do their own thing. When you speed dry something, obviously you capture that moment, don't you? I like that now. Yeah. See, I told you there was loads of these. This is the one with the crayon, which I need to play with. I don't think I've done that any justice. I think that looks a mess, to be fair. So this, I really love this. My hands feel really dry now. And we've got this. So that's the one with a lot of colours in it that probably wouldn't use normally, and then this is the one that is the it's got a lot of the inks on it. Look at the way that ink separates. It separates down into all of these beautiful colours. So anyway, there you go. So I've had a play. You've watched me have a play. It's your turn now. You go and have a play. So while you're having a play, enjoy your day, because I'm a poet and I didn't know it. So thank you very much for today. Thank you for helping me kind of like process the stuff that's going on in my head. Thank you for listening to me. Hope you like my accent and the way that I pronounce things, and the fact that I roll my R's around the rugged rocks. So yeah. So anyway, slightly sidetracked. I was thinking Scotland. Anyway, never mind. So I hope you all have a lovely afternoon, morning, evening, or night, or whatever time it is with you. You all take care. My name is Dash of Dave, also known as Crafty Moose. Well, I'm Crafty Moose on Facebook, and I'm Dash of Dave on YouTube. I'm Crafty Moose also on my my Instagram channel. I'll put links in the description. This was all kind of this like a free abandon crafting was all inspired by Susan Taylor Brown, who also, I believe, also struggles in a similar sort of way to me about the over processing of who they are as a person, and I find her very inspirational, and she's very, very self-aware and very good at kind of compartmentalizing how she feels and how the world interacts with her. So if you've never seen her, I'll put a link in the description anyway. So it was the having a play, the random play, was definitely inspired by her. She kind of inspired me to have a go with these, which I need to sit and figure out, to be fair. But she's doing her and I'm doing me. So anyway, as I always say, I love you all without exception until you give me a reason not to. So don't give me a reason not to. So you all have a lovely afternoon and take care. I love you all. Thank you for being there, and thank you for being my emotional support. So and please, if you like this video, please like it, please consider subscribing, and please definitely make comments in the comment section, because your comments help me to understand the direction that I'm going, whether it's good, whether it's bad, what you want to see, what you don't want to see, and it also helps me to feel a bit connected to the world, because I don't feel connected, and I think that's where my brain is struggling at the moment. I'm just struggling with the lack of connection again, because the world has gone back out there and it's all enjoying life again, because lockdown is over. Well, not the world, but my world, and I'm still doing me here. So all right, you take care. Lots of kisses, lots of hugs, and I'll see you all very soon. Thank you very much, folks. Take care. Bye.